When it comes to zkEVM as a chain, right?
Yeah.
Why hasn't Polygon pushed zkEVM a lot? What is the biggest challenge that Polygon has right now?
So
the recent one-liner for Polygon has become unlimited scalability and unified liquidity, right?
Yeah.
So Ag layer becomes the unified liquidity, but before that there was a huge push on CDKs, right?
Yeah.
You saw Immutable X, OKX, Manta.
No, that's
right?
still
That's still the main focus, right?
Yeah.
Capex again, like the first CDK to go live.
Yeah.
When it comes to zkEVM as a chain, right?
Yeah.
Why hasn't Polygon pushed zkEVM a lot?
Yeah. So first, like this, when we say unified liquidity and unlimited scalability and unified liquidity, that is exactly like unlimited scalability with CDK or CDK-like chains. When I say CDK, you can choose your client, like what kind of VM you want to have. In future, you'll be able to choose different decentralization profiles and all that stuff. You have like different kind of things. People with different kind of people can come together and build complex ecosystem. And then that is the unlimited scalability. And then Ag layer is unified liquidity. Like you build completely with complete freedom on your own. 100% of value goes to you. But then the Ag layer is a small service everybody uses, which integrates and makes them all interoperable in one place. For zkEVM specifically, what we want for it is that when we want to fully open the floodgates on zkEVM, because we are not in a hurry on zkEVM. Like we have done previously things which are on a hurry and all that. In this one, we want to get the product absolutely right before we kind of really push it. So we have not pushed it because right now on the sequencer it takes certain amount of TPS, but if we want to make it a public chain, we want this chain to be having like a very, very seamless experience and a huge amount of TPS. Like if on a particular day suddenly concurrent 100,000 users come, the chain should be able to take those. So those optimizations we are doing, and when the time is right, when we see that okay, now we have good enough optimizations for the phase one, then we start pushing it. So we on the prover we have already it's widely acclaimed that Polygon's prover systems are the best pro system. Like Plonky 3, all the new age products are actually using Plonky 3 to build on top of it. On the client and the end user experience is what we are optimizing right now.
And the other day you were telling me there's a new sequencer which is in the works, right?
It's a still a single sequencer, but
highest throughput ever.
But it's a very high throughput sequencer because we are using the existing Aragon client, and that will have the prover. But then this integration means that not only we'll have the Aragon client, but then this integration can allow anybody to choose their own client. So for example, the Paradigm people are building Rep client, like Rust ETH client. So if that picks up prominence, it will not take a long time for us to simply replace that client and then have. So people will have upgradability. So, but what we wanted to go is 100% EVM compliance on the client side also, not only on the EVM opcode level, but on the client side also. Because what we realized, like our existing client is a fully EVM compliant client, but the fully EVM in terms of the opcodes. But in terms of the client, a lot of RPCs used to want to run the clients. A lot of end users developers want to run their own client and all that. And there it's not very similar to the how you are used to running Ethereum clients like Geth and Polygon and all that. And we are trying to do to bring that level of parity, so that every kind of infrastructure that has been built in the EVM space can be immediately used. Not only the base like contracts and wallets, but everything, like even the ancillary infrastructure can easily boot up. And Aragon is fairly, I think I would say very extensively used client, especially for these ancillary services like RPC providers and nodes and bridges and people running full nodes, because it's the most efficient client. So once we integrate this, not only that people will have first client which is highly performant, but it will also enable us and make us ready for all future upgrades and throughputs and all those kind of things that are going to come with
you mentioned that now Polygon is in a space where we have all the reasons from where Polygon can bounce back, right? What is the biggest challenge that Polygon has right now?
So I would say the biggest challenge is, we want to get this Aragon sequencer into the client, and once that is there, then we start really pushing it. And a lot of I think there are at least 100 plus CDK chains who are lined up to launch and all that. And many of them have already seen sequencer, including you guys.
Right.
Your team has seen the new sequencer, and you are saying no, this is the thing we want to go live. So I think that's the only part which unlocks us for the next stage immediately. Right. And then obviously we have already launched the V1 kind of version of the ag layer, and the next unlock will be in next 2 to 3 months. We expect to have let's say our first version of or the second V2 of ag layer, which will be right now the ag layer exists inside of Ethereum, but the next version would be where it will detach from Ethereum, and it will be extremely highly performant layer, and very low cost also. Right now, because the ag layer V1 is on Ethereum, it can become extremely, it is costly because you are submitting essentially your proof to Ethereum.
Right.
But once we have the ag layer detached from Ethereum, then the cost of submitting the proofs becomes